Oh boy. Hmm. 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 Let's monitor that audio real quick. Yep, sounding pretty good. So, it's late. It is 1 a.m. Central Standard Time. And I felt like streaming because I wanted to discuss just a few things. Probably going to be working on a new segment for the channel. And depending on where you are, it's really late at night or it's super early or it's afternoon. I felt like doing this first season 1, episode 1. I felt like doing it now. I was gonna save this to kick off the new year, but it's late. It's 1:13 a.m. where I'm at, so I said, "What the heck?" We're all in different time zones, and I just had another cup of coffee, so I am wired. So first of all, I want to do audio check. How is the audio? I am using. If you're wondering what my setup is for tonight, this is the brand new Yeti X that I just bought. Right here, you can kind of see the tip of it right there, and I slapped on the 24 millimeter prime lens and moved the camera way back as far as I can get it on my desk. So you tell me how the audio is and how the quality of this video is. This is season 1, episode 1. Stick to the tech. So we're probably gonna upset a few folks with this information that I might put out in these episodes here. Not everyone is gonna like it, but if you're easily offended, it's not gonna be any profanity or anything like that. It's no crazy talk or anything like that. It's just gonna probably be a little bit more direct and more honest how I am in my personal life. Yeah, this is going to be probably one of those straight shooters. Just audio. Wow, let's see what's going on here. I can see the video. No video. No, you guys. No video, guys. Some people are saying no video. Before I continue, let's. You got video and audio. You should. I can see. Okay, yeah. No video. Video is good. So you probably want to check your device. For those people that are saying no video, I'm using the studio, so I can clearly see the video. Yeah, okay. So let's move on. So if you don't have video, you probably want to check your device because there's definitely video. All right. So I was going to say, this is season 1, episode 1 of several live streams that I'll be bringing. And again, I was gonna save this for January 1st, but I thought, you know what? Let's do it. It is 1 a.m. here, 1:15 a.m. Central Standard Time, and I'm going to talk about things that might upset some people. This is kind of that. I do run a podcast on Spreaker, but I want you to see my face as I say these things. So as I was getting ready to say, I hope some people don't get too offended. But if you are easily offended and you're brand loyal, you probably want to exit right now because I'm not into getting the approval of others. For those that know me, you probably know I'm not brand loyal. And that's just how it is. I'm not going to be loyal to just one brand. I'm going to enjoy all of my tech, which is why this is called Stick to the Tech. So, we're going to cover some topics, and just so you know, these might run a little long. So, yeah, I had a cup of coffee, and I finished it, and I didn't go get another cup of coffee. I should have, but I think I'm kind of wired. So, and you guys know, for those that know me, I really love a good cup of brewed coffee. So, check it out. And again, the time zone thing. you're definitely in different time zones. So some people are saying that it's 9:15 where you are. If you're not in the U.S., yeah, there's going to be different times. So stick to the tech. Season 1, episode 1. We're kicking this off in 2019. So I have a lot to talk about. And I wanted to do it in this setting just to be sure, gain on the microphone, just to be sure that you guys really understand where I'm coming from. So, first company that I want to talk about, because I'm going to be addressing some companies in these episodes. I'm going to try to keep it to 2 companies, maybe 3 per episode. We shall see how this works out because this is all testing. So, the first company that I want to talk about is Huawei. Now, Huawei is a company that, they get the recognition that they kind of should get, but not all. They don't get the recognition that I think they should get. Huawei, to me, brings some stellar devices. Here's the thing, though. The problem that we see and the problem that we have in the current state of, let's just call it, not YouTube, but the state of the mindset of some of the people that say they are tech enthusiasts. Now, I, again, easily offended, probably leave. I'm not going to use profanity. I'm not going to call names of people because they're not in my office to defend themselves. But when I reference certain things, you'll probably get the gist of it. So, the state of the Huawei right now is sad. And it's not Huawei, it's the media. The media paints a picture. And 2 of the companies I'm going to talk about tonight, the media did them wrong, in my opinion. And Huawei definitely is getting slammed right now by the media. This is almost mind-blowing that we have a situation where a great company like Huawei can't get their feet planted in the U.S. on U.S. soil for all the wrong reasons. And I personally think, let me change the gain a little bit. I personally think that Huawei see, the problem with this isn't a topic that I've never discussed. It's just something that it won't go away. Huawei, and let's go on record here because I think I've said this plenty of times. Huawei makes better phones for hardware, and their software is subjective. But Huawei makes better hardware. Their pricing is better than Apple, Samsung, anybody in the U.S. They're doing it better. Huawei has phones that have better cameras than pretty much all the brands that people in the U.S. think are so great. It's still mind-blowing to me that the powers that be will shut a company down. They'll shut them down just because they know that if they sell some of the phones here on the carriers, they're done. They are done. You take some of Huawei's mid-range or low tier, and quick disclaimer, I'm using OBS and I'm using the Canon SL3. For some reason, I have to tell you this on a live stream, and then we'll get back to the topic. But for some reason, OBS does not recognize the Canon SL3 to my settings to where it's set to not shut off. So every 30 minutes or so, I'm going to have to reach up and hit that button if it happens. So I'm hoping that it doesn't happen because I just got to update with OBS. Now, Huawei software. Software is subjective. However, Huawei software is fast. It's clean. But to the people in the U.S., if they have a Huawei device, for those that actually use the Huawei devices, you know that they're good, right? Huawei's processors blow. I mean, I'm talking about solid performing software. Their processors, bar none, blazing fast, can handle pretty much anything you throw at it. Why are they not in the U.S.? Let me tell you why. Because I think I just said it. The powers that be don't want someone here that's better than the brands that are made in the U.S. When I think this is a bunch of baloney, I think we all know that pretty much everything is not. And you know, I think the funniest thing I hear people saying, that's why I don't trust Chinese brands. What? That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. You don't trust Chinese phones? What the heck? Crack open your phone and probably everything in that phone is not made in the U.S. Check for yourself. Down to the battery, man. I don't understand how some people could be so naive as to think that iPhones are made right here in the U.S. and produced right here in the U.S. Everything comes from over there. Literally everything. Everything is made there. And the reason that we can't get jobs like we should be able to get, and I'll say we, because I'm in the United States, everything is done there. And the reason you can't get jobs here is because as Americans, we're going to request to get paid what we consider to be the right amount of money. You understand what I'm saying? So this is why sometimes you see companies under fire for labor laws. And like they'll say that they're hiring people that are like 15, 10, and they're making them put together all these devices. And they're probably paying them a quarter, a dime. If you don't think that that's happening, something's wrong. You're definitely naive. If you think that the slave laws or this type of slavery going on in the tech industry is not happening, something's wrong. Something's definitely wrong with you. And you're talking to a person. I don't watch the news. I read the newspaper sometimes, but I do not watch the news here in the United States because it's just nothing but like violence and everything else. They're not discussing anything of importance to me because they just want to promote violence. You know what I'm saying? But sticking to tech, stick to the tech. Season 1, episode 1. You take a company like Huawei. They're no different than any other company when it comes to producing their products, but their products are better. One of my favorite phones, Huawei Mate 20X. Fantastic. To me, it beats up on several phones in the US with no problem. With no problem whatsoever. No problem. It does so many things better. But the good phones that you might see will never hit the US. Will never be on carriers. Nothing. Will not happen. Will not happen. So Huawei is another company that will never get a fair shake in the US because of the people in the US are afraid that Huawei might come over and just take all the sales. Because when you walk into a cell phone store, the first thing they tell you is to buy a Samsung or an Apple. They say everything else is just garbage. According to most people that work in cell phone companies today, everything is garbage. Everything. Everything is trash if it's not Samsung or Apple. Now, mind you, I have purchased probably nearly every phone on the market in the US. Almost, not all, but I get a lot of them. Budget and flagship. If Huawei comes over here, and if Huawei can get a foot planted in the US to get Wi-Fi calling, voice over LTE, I saw that in the chat. If Huawei can get those things, would you buy them? That's the thing. The hardware is better. The processors are, to me, better, more solid, more stable. If you could get full LTE on your if the Mate 30 series was to come to the US, it's over for Samsung and it's over for Apple. If you're thinking with the right mindset of real technology and real advancements and real powerhouse phones, if the Mate 30, just any of the Mate series comes over here, it's a wrap. It's sinking ship but the problem is people will not push those devices. They won't sell them. They have this mindset, this narrow view of just Apple and Samsung. And I'm not saying Apple and Samsung phones are bad. Obviously, you see them here on the channel. You see me buy them. They're great phones. But I still think it's unfair the way the U.S. market operates when blocking out companies that can pretty much put a lot of the phones that they're making money off of over here in the U.S. to shame. Let's move on to the next company, ZTE, because I know you guys are going to ask me about this. Let's be clear on one thing. I don't think ZTE even wants to make a strong presence in the U.S. Now, you guys know I personally deal with some people that might work for ZTE. But I work with the people, more than likely, I'm working with people that I consider them to be foot soldiers. And I know firsthand that they work hard. I know firsthand that their views are pretty much the same as mine, and they want the best for the company that they work for. But they're not in charge of ZTE. ZTE has this phone. Get it view. This phone. This is the Axon 10 Pro. I made another video recently. Why is it that ZTE as a company would leave out a great set of phones like the Nubia line? Why wouldn't they bring that to the US? Well, we got the Axon 7, and then what did we get after that? Let's hear. You got anything? ZTE, and I'm talking about flagship phones. We got the Axon 7, and then we got bamboozled. We didn't get really anything else good from ZTE up until now. And I'm talking about the phones that are above $350 or so. The Axon 7 will go down in history as one of the best phones that have ever hit the industry at all. How can a company fail after doing that? How? How can they fail after bringing out the Axon 7? Which goes back to my original point. Why don't they want to make a footprint in the US? Well, I can tell you why some people might have a tainted view of ZTE. And don't think I'm getting ready to defend ZTE, because I'm going to express some opinions here in just a second. Because the US government decided to tell everybody that ZTE has a bunch of thieves, liars, and blah, blah, blah. And unfortunately, the tech world is not immune to, or they're not blacked out from getting all this type of gossip about a company. Now, having sat at the table with the CEO, nice guy, cool cat, kick back, kick it, just unbelievably nice guy. But even the CEO has to answer to somebody. Let's just be honest. And then when you have a situation where the people want to make a statement, but they can't, that's bad for the company. So then what you see on the news is you see ZTE is this horrible company, man. They're doing this. They're spying on us, folks. Let me tell you something. There are plenty of things that who heard recently about people activating people's cameras when they're not around. Ring. I think Ring was the brand where people were going into people's network and talking to them through their Ring cameras. I don't think that's China. I thought it was right here in the U.S. That's going on right here. So to think that just because it's a Chinese company, they're all spying on us, you're getting spied on right now. I wouldn't be surprised if after this live stream, I get all kind of emails saying it was unsuitable for for the children, or it was unsuitable for the public. This has happened to me before. It has. And I don't doubt that it won't happen now. But ZTE as a company, they got crippled by the powers that be. The media and then the U.S. government, for some reason. And you know what the sad part is? I think ZTE paid a lot of money. And what did they do? They got slapped again. And so now, aren't they getting blocked or something right now? I'm not really sure. Because again, I don't really watch the news too much. But on the tech side, I do hear things because people send me emails and say, hey, this is what just happened. And I'm like, okay. Everyone's spying on us, folks. Don't be naive. You're getting spied on right now. Someone's listening. You ever be on the phone? You're ever on the phone and you're on the phone just chilling, talking, and then all of a sudden you hear this loud echo on the phone. Now, I always just hang up the phone. I always just hang up the phone and say, I'll call you back. Because when I was in the military, I won't go into detail, but back in the day when I was in the military, when we listened in on people, you could tell that we were listening. You could do it if you knew what you were listening for. So I was leaving it at that. Everybody is getting spied on all the time. There's cameras that, like your cameras, close the lens on them if you don't. If you have a security system in the house, there's nothing I can do about my security system because I need to see the cameras. When I look up at the monitor, I need to see, oh, somebody's in the kitchen, or oh, that's the garage opening, or someone's at the front door. We're getting spied on, folks. I dislike that, and again, let's be clear here. ZTE hasn't done their part either. They're not doing anything for the tech community to make themselves stand apart. While this is a great phone, the support appears to be lacking. The commercials. Where are all the commercials for this fantastic device? Where are they? They're non-existent. I see more Samsung and Google commercials. And some people will say, well, ZTE, they don't have the budget for it. Well, do your research on ZTE. They definitely are getting paid, folks. You ever look up at your phone lines? Okay, you ever look at those telephone poles? Remember the impact that ZTE had on the prepaid market? Come on, let's wake up now. ZTE is getting bread just like the next company, folks. There's a something called I don't want to do it. I don't feel like I'm going to do good in the U.S. with flagships, so I just throw in the towel. That is the image that is being portrayed, and that is what some people might think is happening. And that remains to be seen. From what I can see from where I sit, ZTE does not want to make a presence with flagship phones in the U.S. Let's take it, for example, the brand new phone they just launched. I'm working on another video on that, by the way. The brand new phone they just launched. Fantastic cameras. Beautiful price. I'm sure during the holiday season, if you didn't pick up that phone, let me get it. Oh, I'm talking about it. If you didn't pick up this phone during the holiday season for $120, you're slipping. This phone is a fantastic device. I can't stress it enough. However, I don't work for ZTE, and I can only push something so much. I had a conversation with somebody offline, and I told him, I said, listen, I can only push something so much. What do you want me to do? I mean, they weren't asking me to. We were just having a general conversation because I love to talk tech. Smartphoneconversations.com. You see it. I said, what could I possibly do to help? I'm all about the positive movement. But if I'm trying to promote something that you don't really care about, at least that's what it appears to be, why should I push hard? And, I don't technically work for the company. Yeah. I could go on record and say, well, ZTE really helped my channel a lot. But here's where I would like to call a few names, but I'll leave those people anonymous. But the people that work for ZTE that helps my channel, thank you. You know who you are. I don't have to put you on blast. I don't like to call names sometimes, but there's several people that work for ZTE at a certain level. They're real people like us, like me and you. They understand because they're soldiers. I call them foot soldiers, which means they get the most respect. Make sense? There are people that are within that company that would do things completely different if they had the power. And I don't want to say their names because I don't want to bring heat to them, but it's a matter of the people that have the power to make those choices. They got to answer to somebody too. And they might be afraid to answer to those people or make a change. Change is something that people are just afraid of. That's just what it is. Some people are just afraid of change. They just refuse to do it. They're going to stick to they're called yes men. That's it. They're called yes men. And that doesn't have to be a man. It could be a woman. It's just a person. They're yes men. They just say yes. That's all it is. So when it comes to slander and things like that, ZTE caught a bunch of heat for that. Huawei caught a bunch of heat for that. But you know who else caught a bunch of heat for slander and stuff like that? The next company. The Essential Phone. Let's be clear on something here. as I move and transition to the essential phone. I said something in one of my videos. I'm not going to change. I'm looking at the chat if you see me looking over here. I'm not going to change my mind about what I said. Most of the people that are online, you've never met me in person, like literally like this. But there are people in this chat that have met me in person. And I'm a respectful person. I try not to be too nosy. I try not to gossip too much. I try to stay in my lane. The essential phone. I said something in my essential phone video. I said, I don't care what this guy did in his personal life. I'm trying to stick to the tech. Season 1, this is episode 1. Stick to the tech, right? There's people that said, oh man, how could you support this rapist? And I said, why don't you go stand in the mirror? That doesn't mean I'm defending this person. I don't care what this person did is a statement of, I'm not that person's judge. If this person did a bunch of stuff, I'm not going to be the one to point the finger at them and say, ooh, you so-and-so. It's not, you're looking in the wrong place. Stick to the tech. Let's be clear on something here. The essential phone is one of the best phones that hit the market 2.5 years ago. It was before its time. It's still getting updates. It's on October. It's on Android 10, and it's on the December security patch. How many other phones how many companies you can say did that? Shoot them out. Who has a phone that's 2.5 years old that's Android that's getting monthly updates? I just think the essential phone is doing that right now. I don't know of any other Android phones that are 2.5 years old. That phone came out in May of 2017. We're in December of 2019. What other company has done that? My essential phone is on Android 10, December security patch. Spill it. I want to know what company is doing that. Everybody is focusing so much on what this other guy, the person who created Android, who created the essential phone, everybody is so focused on the negative things that are being said about this guy. He didn't go to jail. I'm not saying that I'm overlooking what I've heard, but I can't say it again. I am not that person's judge. I'm not your judge. You know, we're all going to be judged. I'm not the judge. I have an opinion, but I choose to stay away from those conversations because, like everybody, we all have done something that we're not proud of. But I'm not saying that he's guilty of what he's being accused of, but the reality is, if we stick to the tech, the essential phone is fantastic. And I'm not going to say it was fantastic. It is fantastic. That phone is way ahead of its time. It was one of the first phones to have 4K on the front. It was one of the first phones to have the little teardrop thing in the middle, the perfect right in the center. It was one of the few phones that was all screen, that was titanium and ceramic. People saw this phone and they immediately trashed it for the price. All these guys were hypocrites. Now you don't have video. Now you do. All these people were hypocrites. They were hypocrites. They said that I bought that phone for $650. 2 of them. And one of them, the white one, is sitting right on the desk over there. The same phone 2.5 years ago, or however long I've had it. That white phone, $650. They dropped to $500. They dropped to $200. I bought another one at $200. Some people bought it for $100. The essential phone is it was ahead of its time. It's still ahead of its time. And it surprises me that people will not give the respect to the essential phone just because of what they hear about the guy who created it. Does that make sense? But when I call those people hypocrites, I don't want to just say that and sound mean, but the same people who trashed that phone when it was $650 and just came out, they didn't know it was going to get that support. What did they do when that phone dropped to $499? What did they do? Everybody trashed this phone. They said it was the worst thing ever. What did they do? They turned right around and said, we're going to do a revisit. And wow, this phone is fantastic. It's getting updates. It's a joke. This is one reason why when I see some reviews come out and, within 2 weeks or a month, they're finished with their review. They never go back to it. They never revisit it. They never do anything about it. They just don't do it. They just give that one impact of what it had before, and it's over. I don't want to hear from it anymore. That's what most of the reviews on YouTube are like. We're going to give you, within 30 days, I'm going to say that I'm finished with this phone, and I'm done. The Essential phone caught heat because of what the creator did, which to me, I don't understand that. What would you guys do? I'll forget about everybody else. Let's talk about me. What would you guys do if you found out something really horrible about me that had nothing to do with tech? But when I turned this camera on, I gave you the same type of material that I did. You heard that these things happen, or you heard that I shot up a Walmart, or you heard that a lady got hit in the leg, and so, I don't know, something outlandish. What would you do? Would you stop watching me? You don't know the truth. You only know what the media said about me. I've been on YouTube for going on 14 years. You've watched me convert from a certain type of person to, I would say, I'm definitely a better person. Way more honest and way more respectful, just give it to you as it comes. If you found out that 10 years ago, I shot up a place and I shot him in the leg and I don't know, just something crazy, would you just cut me off? Even though I'm giving you all the same material, or something leaked out about me and you're like, oh my gosh, would you be like, I've been supporting this guy. He doesn't deserve my support. I can't believe he lied to us. Well, I didn't lie to you because that's none of your business. I know that's kind of not the same thing because he's a public figure. He was a boss. I'm not a boss of, I didn't create anything, but if you just found out something really ugly or you felt like it was ugly, it was kind of a rumor, but no one really knows for sure. I didn't go to jail and there's no jail time. I'm not being sued. You just found out I paid $5,000 or $2,000 to make it go away. That is how I feel about the other person on the other end of the Essential phone. When I say I don't care, it's not that I don't care about the topic at hand, or it's none of my business. The Essential phone catches heat because of what they hear this person doing or did, or how he lives, or that's what it's gossip. That's what people want to hear. It won't go away. If you do something, it's going to follow you. So just remember, the next time, because I think this Essential phone 2 or whatever it is, when they tweeted that out, people went crazy. Think about this now. People went crazy and they fell in love with it. It's something different. It's new. It's fresh. You can only do something with a phone so much. So when the Essential phone 2 or whatever it's going to be called, the candy bar phone, I don't know. When that thing comes out, you can rest assured it's going to get attention. It's going to get several different kinds of attention. I can't believe all the people who got on YouTube and got on social media and trashed him and said anybody that supports him is a rapist. I don't need to say the names of the people, but you know who they are. And here's a true story. I'm not even going to say this person's name because I actually like this person. I like them as a person. And they're an infant on YouTube compared to where I am. That's not an insult. That just means I've been on YouTube for 14 years and I know how to conduct myself on camera. And I don't step on people's toes when they're trying to go uphill and get started. I try to uplift. I had a person tell me I need to take my video down because I said I don't care. Even though I listened to this, I read this, I was like, you gotta be kidding. You need to get your feet planted. I can't tell my man Floss. I can't tell Justine. I can't tell MKBHD. I can't tell Jonathan Morrison I can't tell any of these people how to handle having millions of followers. If you don't have the time that I put in, because remember, I'm not a part of an MCN, meaning I didn't join a network. I've been doing this the same way since I started. Nobody tells me what to do. I go to events if I want to go, if I'm invited to it. I've said no to plenty of things. I don't review everything, every email. I have 16,000 emails, and probably 10,000 of them are about, you want to review our product. You can't tell a person. People always say, Jay, you need to shake the haters off. Tell me to shake the haters off when you get to 108,000 subscribers like me. Tell me to take my video down because you have a great perspective on the same topic when you have 108,000 followers like me and you have as many haters as I have. Then you can tell me what video to take down, what I should not be saying, and it has to be based on experience. The fact that I've been doing YouTube so long, that just means that I did the legwork, I put in the time. I just was willing to grind because I like to have fun. I like what I'm doing. And again, a lot of you guys have never met me in person. I did a meetup one time and I bought coffee for everybody. We chilled, we talked. And the first thing they said was, wow, you seem like you're pretty much the same as you are on camera. Doggone right. There's no reason for me to be any different. But I can tell you this, some of your favorite YouTubers are completely different in person. I've been to so many events. Some of them won't even come to the event if they're not getting paid. I don't get paid to go to an event. I'm more excited just to see the product, but that's just me. So I had someone tell me to take my video down. You should take that down. Again, if that person sees this, that person knows I'm showing them some respect right now, but I'm going to say what I want to say. You can't come and tell me to take my video down because YouTube is worried about what other people are going to say. You can't tell me how to run things if you're not in my space. And a lot of people that I communicate with don't have nearly as many hate. You should see all the hate emails and messages that I get. I have so many filters on my YouTube channel. It's unbelievable. It's amazing how many filters I have to put on there just to keep away all the people that say these things to me. It's so stupid because I'm not on the internet attacking anybody. But we can talk face to face and we can address some things like adults, but I don't get into the internet beef. And I don't know if that person was trying to start internet beef, but I ignored it. I just ignored him. I didn't even address it. I was like, I'm not even gonna respond to this because I know you're younger than me, and then you're still trying to get your feet wet in the YouTube community because I can see how you operate and how you navigate. While I still respect you, go tell somebody else what to do or just mind your business on your own channel. That's really what I really wanted to say. But I said, you know what? I'm gonna let this person live. I'm going to let them live. I'm not even going to blast them. I'm not going to say their name. That will be a private conversation that no one ever knows who did that and said that. But I applaud that person for being brave enough to think that they can come tell me how to run my channel just because I don't agree with the things that people are saying about this person who was supposedly a rapist and all this other crap. I don't care. If we stick to the tech, season 1, episode 1, unfiltered. If we stick to the tech, who would talk better? Man, I'm trying to keep up with the chat, man, but it's amazing. You'll be amazed, Brett, at some of the things people say. I'm just blown away by it. I'm serious. But, if we stick to the tech and focus on the technology that's coming forward, most of the innovation isn't coming from the companies that we think are innovating. The Essential phone was real innovation, in my opinion, in my humble opinion. It was real innovation. It really was. That's just my thoughts on it. Now, I have a lot of companies lined up that I want to talk about. I'm going to get to some of your comments in here because this chat is going really fast for me. But if you're just joining on, I decided I'm going to go ahead and release my new series now in 2019. We only have a couple more weeks in 2019, but I thought, why wait until 2020? Let's kick it off now. So you can see exactly what you're getting into. If you get a notification at 1 o'clock in the morning from Jay Will, this is what you're going to get. So, I'm trying to find some questions here. I can't even say I'm going to go back and look at all these. There's a ton of questions. But you can post some questions in here right now. Post a question right now, and I'll try to get to some of your questions right now. Uh, yeah, I do. American Princess One. This will be 14 years. Believe it or not. Hard for me to believe too, but yeah. Um, you can post any questions you have, and I'll answer them real quick. I have the OnePlus 7T because of you. You know, OnePlus 7T is a great. We're gonna on this series. I'm definitely gonna discuss things that are way outside of the way I would normally talk on YouTube, but I'm still gonna be respectful. That's for sure. The May photo phones look beautiful. What about the security patch? Samsung versus Pixel 4. Okay, so here's the thing about the Pixel and Samsung. The reason that my Pixel 4 XL is not getting an update is because it was one of the ones that was sent. This is what me and some other people have talked about. Grant, we talked about it. Um, we think that the reason ours is not getting an update is because the ones that were sent out to us, those gift from Google ones, pretty much everybody who has a gift from Google Pixel 4 XL or Pixel 4, we're still on the October security patch. But Grant actually has, he has one that he purchased as well, and he's on the December security patch. I don't know. I'm not saying that's factual, but that remains to be seen. And Samsung, they just got Android 10. The Galaxy Note 10 Plus and the Note 10, the Galaxy S9, they all got Android 10 today. So Samsung is making a mark for themselves. I appreciate it, Mario. The decent things, Huawei, yes, Honor. The closest thing to Huawei in the U.S. Is the Honor. Yeah. Do you review security cameras? I do. I've done several security. I just put up a video this week. I think it was this week. Yeah, it came out like at midnight. I said a lot of things to post. I just put up the latest camera setup that I did. What was your first name? What was your first name in the channel? If you had a different name, I used to go by Tech Titan, but this same channel right here has been the one. You just have to scan back, flip back to my first video, and it'll be of my Black Dodge Charger on 22s. I think that was in 2006. Yeah. Brett says, I can tell you, Jay Will in person is the man you see on this video. I mean, he has met me over. I've been around Brett for the last 5 years, I believe. I think it is. He actually knows who I am in real life, and I won't disclose anything about Brett, but Brett works for a very popular company, and he knows me. We've had coffee, we've eaten, we've chatted, we've talked, and hung out. Like he said, you want to hang out and have some coffee, it's gonna be just like this, a little bit more toned down, but pretty much if you ask me something, I'm probably gonna tell you the truth, respectfully. Let's see here. I think the Huawei Honor, I just said, got on camera. Yeah, this looks better. Looking for some more questions that you guys might have. I'm wondering if you think it's a phone that someone could use for the Galaxy Note 10 Plus. I have an iPhone 10s Max. The Galaxy Note 10 Plus is a phone you can use for 5 years. There's people that are still using the first, second, third, and fourth. Galaxy Note 4 is will go down in history as one of the best Galaxy Notes ever. Believe me, there are people still using the Galaxy Note 4. Let's see here. I'm looking for some more of your questions. Well, I heard that OnePlus. Sorry, I don't have my glasses. Let me blow this up here. Well, I've heard the OnePlus 6T and OnePlus 7 Pro was supposed to have Android 10. Yeah, they're pushing out these. I gotta fix this chat. It's kind of. I think I'll have to put on my glasses and look at this because it's way too far away. Let's see here. All right, let's pop it out again here. I better get my glasses. I can't. Let's see that. All right. Let's see here. So I can see. All right. Let's see here. So something that just popped out at me. I'm not going to any kind of order here, so sorry about that. But Moto G7 Power or Alcatel V3. That's a tough one. But I would definitely say the Moto G7 Power only because of the software. Let me scroll back a little bit here. Okay, I think I caught up. Yeah, Arlo cameras are great. I have a set of those. Yeah, the big tech media, just ignore the yeah, the Mate X is a phone that I actually want. But unfortunately, you can't buy it. It's just not at my reach. And it's $3,000. And I'm not spending $3,000 on a phone. No way. Not happening. Man, Eric, what's going on? Man, you're catching the tail and you're catching the Q&A portion. So if you're just coming in, season 1, episode 1, stick to the tech. Late night stream where I cover some things, some topics more directly. So hopefully you guys will be a part of the replay crew. Greatly appreciate it. Is the OnePlus 7 Pro a good phone? Because, oh, yeah, it's definitely good enough for $499. Make sure you use my link in the description and you go ahead and purchase that. So you can get yourself $10 or something like that. I'm waiting until 5G fully implemented. Yeah, because I bought the McLaren and it was just, the 5G was like, I didn't even get a chance to use my phone for one. It just didn't work. So, but the 5G thing, my 4G speeds are fast enough because most of us are pretty much on Wi-Fi anyway. So yeah. OnePlus is kind of slipping on the updates a little. Yeah, my OnePlus again. And I have a 7T, but it's the T-Mobile version, and it is not on the latest patch. Not that I'm going to stop using it because it's one of the best in my catalog, but yeah. In regards to privacy, the privacy thing, people complain. This is Malik. Shout out to Malik. Malik is a regular here. Malik says, in regards to the privacy thing, people complain about these Chinese companies. I think about Amazon and Google and the Echo, and yeah, correct. Everybody's listening. Do you ever get wireless charging paused on your Galaxy Note 10 Plus? No, I don't. I've never seen that before. Not sure if the Galaxy Note 10 is on Android 10, but I heard that it's a similar security patch. No, I got a message today that the Galaxy Note 10 got updated to Android 10 today. Will the Galaxy A71 come to the US? No, but I plan on getting that. At least, well, I shouldn't say no because Samsung actually just sent out like a tweet or something about it was a US Samsung account. So they sent out like a tweet or something like that. So I'm hoping that it does. Have you ever heard rumors about the OnePlus 8? Yes, I actually addressed that. Hey, it's Joseph. What's going on? I actually addressed that in another video. I'm hoping that that's true because I will purchase that. I thought you're in New Jersey. Yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm from Jersey, but I live in Texas right now. 8 Plus Lite is coming. Yes, let's hope for that. This is updated 9 folks. Okay, so season 1, guys. I was gonna save this for. Let me get. I got a message here. Let's see. Let's check this message real quick. So my smartwatch beep might give you something real quick before we get out of here. Okay. Yeah, I gotta. Let me get my. I'm just kind of getting some information here from someone. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You are right, sir. So season 1, episode 1. Let me pop this chat up in one last time here because it's so small. I want to get it bigger so I can at least try to keep up with some of the things you guys are saying here. Speaking of the essential phone, where's the new joint? I know, yeah, Grant, I talked about that earlier. I don't know. Hopefully it's coming in 2020. I'm really excited for that. I'm hoping that that's something that hits hard. And it's going to be something that shakes up the industry. For sure. It's definitely going to be something that shakes up the industry. And it's going to be so different that people will have no choice but to give it some attention. And that is what I like. That's what I like about it. It's something that you can't just ignore it. Just like they couldn't ignore the essential phone, you can't just ignore that device. It's impossible. So, again, shout out to the replay crew because I started my series early, 2 weeks early. But this is something that I'm testing the waters on. Monday smartphone news is cool, but I would rather. There's a lot of things to talk about in the industry that I just don't talk about on my videos, and so we're gonna cover it here. So in this video, I covered Huawei, ZTE, and we'll circle back around as well. You don't just get one time on this episode just for that. I'll circle back around when important things come about, because there is some important news coming up for ZTE, and we'll leave it at that. So season 1, what do you guys think? Continue on with episode 2 of season 1, continue on the series, or kill it off? It's up to you guys. I'm just in here because I enjoy the tech. And smartphone conversations, you can see the plug. You can see it right above my head. Just testing the waters. You know, you can only do so many phone reviews, tablets. You can just only do so many reviews. You have to start using your time in a different setting. So I'll continue on depending on how, you know, the feedback from this video goes, because you guys are watching this. For the people that are watching it live, much love. Episode 2, you guys are ready for episode 2 in the making for sure. And let's see how the feedback goes from the people that are in the replay crew, because I know it's something different from me, but it's something that, you know, it's something that, like I said, I can only do so much. I can only go out and buy so many phones. You know, I do have a video that's gonna probably go live in the next hour. I don't know. I think it might go live in the morning. I'm not sure. On the HTC U11 spoiler. Maybe I'll start giving you one spoiler in all these episodes. I don't plan on doing, yeah, we need to do another travel vlog, Brett, for sure. I don't know how, again, you are a part of the first season, the first episode. I don't know how long this is going to go. I don't know where it's going, but I'm pretty much going to eliminate Monday smartphone news. I'll go ahead and tell you that now. I'm going to phase that out. And I want to get more to this type of video. But you are the deciding factor. I'll continue on however long you want me to continue on, because there's always something to talk about in tech. So, it's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave your feedback after this video is, over as a live stream. Leave your feedback in the comment section. Get in the comment section. Talk to everybody. Keep the conversation going. That's all we can do at this point, because there is so many phones coming out left and right. There's no way. I'm just one person. There's no way I can go buy them all. So with your support, this channel will still remain. I'll give you another 14 years if I can. I'm pretty sure I could. I hope I can. But this is something that I really want to keep going with. So you're the test dummies. You know, they got the test dummies, the crash dummies. We're all test dummies though. So let's test this thing out together. Hope you guys enjoyed, man. No filter. You know, respectfully, you know, we'll keep this thing going. So hope you guys are a part of the replay crew. Remember to get back in there and leave your comments. If you like the video, do what you need to do. If you don't like the video, do what you need to do. At least you came by. I appreciate it. I know we can't all agree on everything, but we can agree to disagree. It's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoy. Take care.